Good morning. It's Roz here, and I'm doing this as the pre-recorded video, as I had mentioned yesterday and the day before. It's Thursday, the 13th of August. That's what this is intended for, as the Daily Lenormand card spread reading. So I'm going to get straight into it because it is pretty cold here. And I haven't bothered putting the heater on and all that jazz because it's not far off going to bed. So I figured I'd just get in and do the reading and hope that you can understand my speed in some ways. Just to remind you that I am searchable via Boundy on my website, which will at some point be active. Just keep an eye on it. And the Facebook and YouTube, it is Ros Boundy that I'm using now. So I'll just take that off screen and then switch it around to the cards. So here we go. And again, of course, unfortunately for the light. Now, one of the things that I'm just going to pop back and mention, I've been lucky enough to actually go to the 1080 recording quality. I was able to see that and apply for it, and I've got it. So it does make a bit of difference. Whether we see that in the cards itself, I don't know. Here goes. Right. The deck that we're using is, as always, the Sarah Marchetti's Gilded Reverie, the Lenormand, of course, expanded edition. And we've got the 5 cards in the spread that I've been using for a while. It's in the workspace is this one in the first position. We have the moon in the second position, that is the home, that area of energies. We've got the whip and the birch broom up here in the unexpected position. We've got time in your role as that fourth position. And we've got the cross as the outcome. I found that very interesting when I saw that coming out. But anyway, the older woman, this is the older woman in the expanded edition. But it is just the feminine energy, the nurturing side of, and that type of a caring role. So I think in the fact that it's in that workspace, that work energy, business, that type of thing, then that's very relevant for just taking that softer side and putting things in that more feminine perspective around your workspace. Taking a little bit more time to consider, I suppose, what was hidden, bringing it out into the open and reflecting on it, like the moonshine, because the woman is a lot more of that moonshine energy rather than the sunshine energy, and that reflective. As you can see, she is actually contemplating what is ahead in that direction. So as far as the lay of the cards go, lovely energy though. So yeah, do keep that in mind as you're moving into your workspace through the day today. And we've got the moon, which is the second, the home energy. So very much that nurturing still and reflective, and seeing through those cycles what's next for us, and using what is the natural mechanisms that's the soul, as far as our galaxy and all that does its natural thing in its mechanisms and the rotation around those cycles and our orbits and all that sort of stuff. So it's things that we don't really have to be concerned about, but we are aware of because we know that it's there and happening. So just take notice of what your part is in that, we do have some purpose and responsibility and influence in how we are with other people around us. We are actually shining our own light in our way as being that natural person that we are. So it comes back to how I like to finish my session, is be the best person that you can be. And I think that that's where the light shines on you at the right time, in the best moment, to be that best influence with others around you. And be a loving self in that process as well. We move up to what is the birch broom and the whip in the unexpected. So it'll be those moments. We've had this in this position, like the unexpected position, a few times. And it really is those moments where you're needing to actually get that whip out, crack it, as in keep the activity going and clean up as you go. It pretty much is that clean sweep and cleaning up as you go, keeping things moving. Well, that's what I'm feeling around it for the energy today. And we've got time in our role. So it's being mindful of the time, being mindful of how long we take to do things, or that feeling, sense that feeling that what you're doing is in the right time, the right space. And whenever it does happen is perfect timing for when, that situation. Just being present really in each and every step of your day in those moments, rather than letting them just flow past. Just be mindful as you're working through your day and moving through your day, that you're not wasting time, that it's not going past without being noticed. At least that's what I'm feeling there with that. And the cross back in the middle. It's just started raining outside. Just got a message just come through. Sorry. So with that, we do some, and I know I've said it before, as far as with an outcome, it's just bearing that cross. It's just that we have some responsibilities that we do need to carry, that are ours, not to continually pass them off and hand them over to someone else. There are moments where we do need to actually work through that tough stuff. And it's one of our lessons, whatever it is it's there for. By the end of the day, you'll know which part of your day was that you're knowing that you're going to have to continue on with for the moment and carry that load, being able to actually say, look, I love where I am. I love what I'm doing. I may not like some of the work part of it, the struggle part of it, where you're going like that, just taking the breaths and letting that worry about it drop down, and allowing that sometimes there's things that are happening around us that are part of our life in this moment that really are going to build that strength within us, that extra learning, that experience that will be needed for that next step, but we just don't see it yet. It's sometimes like, I suppose, you plant a seed with the hope of being around when it grows, seeing that germination, seeing the first leaves grow, seeing the trunk and the sapling and growing into being that tree. It takes time, but it's also that faith that we know it is going to happen, even if we're not going to be there to see it happen completely. We plant it still in that hope. So it is a very short reading today of the card. So I am going to leave it there. Take in for yourself what you feel is needed for you, the other messages that you might get for yourself in that process as well. And just love your day, love the energy around you, and walk with it throughout your day. Continue to be the best person that you can be. So thank you for watching, and I know it is a little bit more difficult to actually do these as a pre-recorded, because I don't have that interaction that I'm so used to and love with your comments there as a live stream. But this is the way that I'm needing to move forward for those days at this point where I am doing a part-time job. So life really does change around us sometimes, and we move with it in what ways we need to. So that's what I'm doing and offering this for you still. So thank you for being here and sharing it around, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Not tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow morning would be Friday now that I'm doing this for the Thursday, and it will be the live stream then. So I'll see you about 8 o'clock then too. So keep being the best person you can be, and namaste.